Hello, welcome back to Cards to Yards, a sports card and sports podcast. I'm back with Lou.
What's up?
We're at the Adventure Stadium. How's it going?
It's going good. Long time no see. I think the last time we did this was at the TriStar event.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was about a month ago.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
that was a good show.
Yeah, definitely was.
And there's a lot going on right now. Baseball has started back.
Yeah.
You have
Goodbye football. Welcome baseball.
Yeah, well, goodbye football, except for
in the
people who are
terms.
really into the XFL
Yeah.
and then the USFL.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't hit the ground running with trading cards for XFL, because the last time they tried this in 2020, they almost immediately had like Topps hobby boxes going around. So
I actually have some up on the shelf
for 2020,
for 2020.
yeah,
Full boxes and everything.
I'm just kind of surprised they didn't hit the ground running with this one. But I'm sure someone's doing like, Panini Instant or Topps now
They're
or
probably
whatever.
getting
But
ready. They just probably wanted to see how it would take off, especially with football season being over and then
yeah,
XFL having a bad rap from the last time it was up. And, they're trying to see.
right.
How
And
it's
the
gonna
other
pan out.
last time. I mean, this is I don't know if there's ever been a sports league that's given it like a third go like this.
Yeah, why?
I'm sure somewhere,
why
but-
would people want to invest more money into that product if they don't think it's going to be beneficial? So
Well,
I think they might give it a little bit for XFL cards.
yeah, but even with the 2020 set, there were a couple guys that went on to the NFL because of
Yep.
their showing in the 4 weeks that it did exist.
Yep. I think Turpin was actually in there.
Yeah,
Turpin's one of them.
yeah. I mean, there's we talk about it all the time, but like your chances of going from college to NFL are so limited. Mm-hmm. I mean, they need other outlets.
They do.
And people are always hungry for football. So
Look at Kurt
yeah,
Warner.
arena football.
He went to arena. I'm just saying, just different routes, right? After college.
Yeah.
And look, he showed out to be one of the best quarterbacks to show his stuff.
Yeah, Houston used to have an arena football team.
And didn't
Named the
Warren
Thunder
Moon,
Bears.
Didn't Warren Moon go to Canada for like a year or two?
Yes, he was in the
You
CFL.
see, so there's different types of leagues that they can get into and then make their way into the NFL.
Yeah, and
So
then
there's
Jim-
different outs.
Jim Kelly came from the original USFL. He was on the Houston
A lot of people
Gamblers.
don't even know this stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you like the sport, you like the sport.
That's the years where they were really grinding and hustling for
Absolutely.
that spot.
Yeah. And then NBA's heating up, NHL's heating up.
Yeah, everything.
So, lots of stuff going on.
It's all coming.
And within the industry too, because there was a big thing that happened a little while back where Fanatics bought Topps,
Yep.
and now some of that plan is sort of coming to fruition, like to the forefront.
It is.
They held their annual industry conference. Topps did
They held it at a baseball stadium.
at a baseball stadium.
Talk about
Yeah,
upgrade.
in Arizona. That was on Tuesday, and so they had like their whole spiel going on, but they dropped some tidbits here and there. For anyone who loved Gold Label opening day and gallery and fire, stuff like that, which again, extra products. Now, if Allen and Ginter would have been on this cut list, I would have been crushed.
because we just got Allen against her Chrome, and it's one of my favorite.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never tried the Chrome,
beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful boxes.
but I'm working on. I'm still working on the 2022 set. But you get to that point where you're like hunting down the box loaders and stuff, and some people are probably just using them for
Well, remind me after
cannon
this,
fodder or
I got
whatever.
a bunch to give you.
Awesome. And in addition to that, so that's one thing, is that there's, as someone who sells the product, do you think that there's too much product out there or too many sets?
Yes.
You think it's oversaturated,
I'm-
like in that aspect?
So with them getting rid of some,
Mm-hmm.
maybe getting rid of 4 and maybe adding 1 or 2 that helps the hobby, I think that's really, really good. There's entirely too many sets out there
Yeah.
nowadays. So I'm a little bit upset that they're getting rid of Gold Label. I really honestly
It's a
like
nice
Gold
product.
Label because you would get the cards and then one in there would be framed in gold
Mm-hmm.
and it'd be an on-card auto and typically it'd be numbered. So I'm kind of little, Debbie down about that one, but the opening day, I agree with. Gallery, I agree with. Gallery's just too expensive. I mean, it's a retail product, and
Yeah.
the megas at the retail store going for like $70 to $80.
And Fire was the same way, right? They had like the
Fire too, yeah.
They had like the hobby
Those are
boxes, but
Target
retail
exclusive,
only.
though, for
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, and then Gallery's a Walmart.
Galleries and
exclusive.
Walmart, yeah. So I mean, opening day was just like your regular run of the mills. It was okay. It was entry level.
Yeah, I mean, it was just I think they're, well, if you've seen all like the ratio breakdowns, first and foremost, I would assume that the hobby jumbos of Topps 2023 have flown off the shelf. Is that probably safe to assume?
Yeah, I couldn't keep them on the shelf
Because they have made that product tops heavy as far as like you just get so much bang for your buck out of that. Even at the higher price point, I mean, the odds are like 3 times better than the regular hobby boxes, and probably like 6 to 10 times better than retail.
Believe it or not, though, I mean, I seen a lot more better cards coming out of the regular hobby.
Yeah.
When
you get like the clear cards and a couple exclusive
It
things.
was beautiful. I seen most of them coming out of regulars, not jumbos. Now, don't get me wrong. The J-Rod variation, the big boy card that we pulled, did come out of a jumbo.
Mm-hmm.
But all the clear assets, 8 out of 10 auto Mountcastle came out of a regular hobby. The sketch card came out of a regular hobby. I mean, they're really, really just kind of equaling itself out so that it's like choose your poison here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, I did one of each, so I got to enjoy at least one box of each and get my feel for it.
Yeah.
Say I did it.
Yeah, well, that's a good point too. I mean, they want to have an enticement for each of the different types of packages that we've talked about, because now they get to the point where it's like you have fat packs, jumbo packs, hangers, retail packs, hobby
It's
hybrids.
just so saturated.
Yeah, it is.
They need to go ahead, and I have a feeling we're starting to turn back into the 90s here, where they just saturated the market. They need to go ahead and just tear it down a little bit, bring back what we love the most, and that's the scarce product. What I mean by scarce product is like it's harder to hit that card. It's not just so saturated.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to bring that back, honestly.
And that's what opening day was resurfaced. It had a couple of fun inserts like mascot cards and stuff.
It wasn't worth
but it was
anything.
It was one of those things that you would buy a gift for like a nephew or something who was getting into baseball cards. So because of that, they realized that need for that, and they're bringing back Big League, which I think is good.
We had some Big League here, and I liked them, and the kids liked them. They were fairly on the cheaper end. I think at like $1.50 or $2 a pack.
Yeah.
And like $50 for an entire box. Can you imagine a kid getting this thing $50 for a whole entire box, and they're just going crazy on it? And they had some nice looking cards in there.
Yeah, and then they were scarce, but still the possibility for autos and mem cards and stuff.
Definitely.
So, I think
like that.
no, I believe that was also the set where, I don't know if they're doing it this year, but they had joined with Super 7 and had like the hobby kind of hybrid box with an action figure like blind package in it too. I think that was
I can't recall.
Big League, but so they're bringing that back. Probably the news that people are most excited about, and this shows you that like one player can make
Change
a
it all.
product. Yeah, is Bowman Draft's going to have Tom Brady cards because he was drafted by the Expos in 1995. Of course, he has a deal exclusively with Fanatics, which now owns Topps. So there will be Bowman Draft auto cards of Brady.
That I will say that is definitely going to be the chase for this year's Bowman Draft. It will be Tom Brady autographs. Now, hopefully, if Topps, you're seeing this, Fanatics, if you're seeing this, please do not saturate the market on these cards. Make them a real limited run. Make them out of 25 and below. 25, 10, 5, and maybe a 1 of 1. You know, just make it really, really limited so that it literally is a chase. Not everybody's going to have this card. And knowing Topps, it's going to be an on-card auto.
Yeah.
Knowing Topps, it's got to be on-card. I mean, that would be the icing on the cake. And I'd be lying to you if I told you I'm not chasing. I'm chasing Tom.
That's a big card.
That's huge. That's the chase. That's going to be the chase of the year.
I wonder if they could get John Elway.
Wasn't John Elway drafted too?
Yeah.
There was a lot of players in the NFL that were drafted. Kyler Murray was one of them. Patrick Mahomes was another. Yeah, Brady. You have Elway. I mean, there's a lot. And they decided just to go towards, football.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're getting drafted out of high school. Now, remember, contracts aren't what they used to be either, and you didn't have, like, the name, image, and license and all this stuff. So
it has grown.
If you were taking that, then you're giving up college and you're giving up your shot at the pros. So obviously the players that we hear about typically are usually. I mean, we're hearing about Tom Brady because he's a football star, so now we know that he got
Biggest
drafted.
name in football,
We
even
know-
after retirement.
Right. Same thing with. So there's tons of players that they could have been two sports and they just go the other way.
I'm just saying that I'm excited. Simple as that. And I think it's going to be pretty neat to try to go chasing a Tom Brady in a baseball.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah, absolutely. So
There's a lot of people that are probably watching this and also that come through the store that don't even know who the Expos are. Right?
yeah,
So we'll see. Good luck
absolutely.
to everybody on
And
that.
and there's also people who wear Expos hats who never watch baseball.
Yeah.
This is just like a fashionable, old, iconic logo.
Imagine if they brought that team back, though.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
that would be pretty cool. So the other thing that's going on right now is the NFL Combine. Of course,
we're watching it outside right now.
we're
a lot
all
of studs.
Yeah, that's where you can move up 4 or 5 rounds,
Or you can
sometimes.
move down.
Or you can move down. Well, typically you're not going to see like the top players in there because there's too much of a risk, man. Take a
There
bad
is.
throw and it just knocks you down.
More
so.
than likely, they'll probably do. I mean, they'll probably be at the combine, not doing too much, but they'll probably have their own showcase or their own combine at their school with
Yeah.
their receivers and their coach and etc. Like they've been doing
Their pro day.
for quite some time. Yeah, their pro day.
Where you basically have like a select group. Well, basically you let the teams all send a representative or two. and
But
then
they're
you
looking
just-
they're looking solid. I mean, we
Yeah.
got some studs in there. You got some people that you thought were studs, and they're not really just mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I mean, these combines are to not only see your athleticism, but also for coaches to get a one-on-one with you and see what type of person you are. Because you can be the best athlete in the world, but if you don't carry yourself like a mature person, then that can lead into trouble. So that's what this combine is about. At the end of the day, trying to get to know the player for the person they are and the athlete they are.
I wonder if they're going to sit anyone down and like read their Twitter feed to them. Hey, how
Those are
do-
always funny.
I mean, on draft day, we always get those Twitter bombs where it's like, look what they
Yeah.
posted 3 years ago. Oops.
Yeah,
Like, and
there's always
so-
somebody fetching, digging for some gold here.
Yeah, I mean, you would think most people are trained for moments like this now. Like if you have an agent, they gotta coach you up. They gotta get the people who will coach
definitely.
you up and scrub your Instagram and
But even as a coach, though, should be in your meetings. Your
Yeah.
one of your first initial meetings, or at least once a week. Hey, don't be saying nothing on social media that's gonna get you screwed up. Or get you in a
Absolutely.
bad bind.
yeah.
Should be part of it.
Well, so it's funny because you have the XFL going on. So if you want to watch football, you can watch that. But if you want to watch the future of football, you can watch the combine.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
and if you want to revisit 2022 football season, we got a couple of big products coming out.
Yeah, so we just recently received 2022 Panini Phoenix hobby boxes. They came in yesterday, and they are, to say the least, great. I mean, they're phenomenal. I love their patchwork. They're clean cards. They're OptiChrome, so they're less prone to scratching, more than like your regular prisms. They're well made. I like it. There's a number in every pack, damn near. Each box has 2 autographs, one of them being an RPA, which is a rookie patch auto, and one of them being a memorabilia, along with other inserts and other super short prints like Architect, which is a pretty cool super short print. You also have I can't pronounce this really well. It's like Phoenician. Look it up. You'll see. It's a hard pronounce.
Phoenician?
There. Phoenician. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. And then there's another one that people are excited about, which is the donut inspired sprinkles one. That one's a really, really neat short print right there. It's got the donut sprinkles in the back with the pink background. It's pretty neat. Along with other super short prints and short prints throughout that set. It's a really, really nice set. So if you get a chance, come on up here and pick yourself up a box. They're $324.99. We have, I think maybe 16 to 20 boxes left, and they're going quick. Another big release coming up is Prism.
Yeah.
There's your benchmark right there. Prism. All right. It's the daddies of all daddies. And it drops on, as of right now, the 15th of this month. We will have hobby boxes. We will have all sorts. I don't need to talk much on Prism. Prism speaks
Nah,
for itself.
it does.
The new design looks really, really good. If you haven't seen a new design yet, go on Panini Americas, open up the app, whatever the case may be. Click on the Prism box, and you can see the new design. It's real slick. It's real clean. I just hope that their quality management is there, because
Quality
last
control.
year it was not.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
last
stuff
year
like
was kinda
stuff like
horrible.
scratches, miscuts,
The
centering.
pieces of the card were peeling off the back. I mean,
yeah.
it was just like, no. So hopefully the quality control is there this year. The design is there, definitely. We're definitely gunning for color blasts, which are case hits.
Yeah.
We're gunning for the snake skins. We're going for the true golds. We're going for the one-of-one vinyls, the whole shebang here. I'm really excited about this product. It feels like we just did Prism, but I believe they're trying to catch up to this year. Last year, we were getting 2021 in mid-season.
Right. Yeah.
It just didn't make no sense. So I think they're pushing a lot of this product out to catch this 2023 class and releasing 2023 product right around beginning of August, middle August, right before the season actually kicks off in September.
That's another reason to cut down on some of the sub brands, is to like just get caught up to where we have the cards of the season coming out by before the
Yes,
time the
yes,
season's
yes.
over. I feel like there's always like post-human sets that come out as far as like the season's over and now this big set comes out, but it's, I mean,
I can name like 4 or 5 products that they need to get rid of right off the bat.
right, yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, oversaturation, but I mean, what's ridiculous is I believe 2021, the Cup just came out for hockey, so we're 2 seasons behind on that.
Yes.
Now that's
Yes.
a premium product,
And we
but-
did it, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, but still, it'd be nice to have it in the
It'd
same
be nice
season,
to just
so.
kind of cut out some of the sets that really. I mean, we don't want to cut away the flagships, you know, like Prism and Donruss, even if it isn't Donruss Optic, and you know, some of those flagship ones we don't want to cut out. We want to keep it nice and subtle, but not to the point where it's just like every week a new set's coming out, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can never catch up. You know, there's people that actually go out want to collect these sets.
Yeah.
And collect the rainbow, and give them some time to do so. Give them 2 to 3 weeks in between each sets. Let them allow, you know, that helps sales as well too for the companies, but it also allows people to kind of recover, because it's not cheap.
No, it's not
Thank
cheap.
God this year's cheap,
Yeah.
but next year won't be cheap, because we have, I think, 3 or 4 QBs projected to go within the first round.
Yeah.
And we had that in 2021 and in 2020. So that just tells me we're getting ready to, we just hit a dip. We're getting ready to go back up for this next year.
And then once all the draft products come out, I mean, in a month, people are going to be just focused on the
Bowman
draft.
University,
and-
we just got that too. Bowman
Yeah.
University, I said this last year, is super, super slept on. I love Bowman University. It has all the upcoming players that are coming into the draft now or are going into that starter spot or have one more year with their college. And these are their first initial cards. You got autographs. You got out of 50, out of 20, they're tops.
So there's some
they
current
look
players?
slick. Yes.
So this is because of the
Stroud,
name, image, and
Bryce
license
Young.
they're allowed to make
Yes.
current players right now.
Yes, with Tops. And Tops cards are really, really slick. Speaking of Tops, rumor has it, and I'm just hearing the rumor mill here. Don't take this with a grain of salt. But rumor has it that once Fanatics has really taken over, if Panini doesn't get on board, that Tops will be given the go to start making Tops Chrome football and basketball again.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, and one of the other things they said from the industry news, speaking of Topps Chrome tennis.
Tops Chrome tennis, yes, I just heard
man,
that today.
They got to get in on that. now that's more about them not necessarily having to sign with the tour, but the individual players. So
Yes.
it's a more.
That's going to be really neat to see.
It's a bigger process, yeah.
I love to open up new products all the time. And this is, I'm not a big tennis person, but this is a box that I have to say, you know what? I need to witness this. I'm going to do a box once we get it. But that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm at, then we have a week after that, I believe we have Obsidian football. So you see, so you got, in 2 weeks from now, we have Prism, and then another big name, Obsidian football, again, Opti-Chrome cards, beautiful patches, beautiful cards, to say the least, are coming out a week after a big release flagship release, and it's just like it's hard to recoup from something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
I think that's it for the remainder of March, unless they have pushed back some things or pushed up some things. Now these dates are not solid. We won't know till the week before, but they can move back a week depending on, what's going on. But that's our release. Alan Ginter already announced that earlier. Alan Ginter Chrome, beautiful set. We got Sonic 2022 Chrome Topps Chrome Baseball Sonic Edition. Light boxes.
Is that sort of like what they would do with the Galaxy, or okay?
It was kind of like what they did with the what was that? It wasn't Galaxy. It was the last set that came out, and it had Judge on the front. Cosmic.
Wow.
Cosmic. It's kind of real similar to that. They have their beautiful special inserts for that. It's a light box, so I'm thinking that the hobby is actually going to come out real soon. Probably next week. Great thing about this product is that you can still hit your buybacks. So AL, NL, MVPs, base cards are still $20. You can get that back real quick, turn them right in, and reinvest that money back into there. So I like that. Being able to make my money back within the set, hey, I'm game for it.
Now what's going to be fun, because they've said they're going to do that program again, what's going to be fun is once Chrome comes out for this year, before the MVPs have been announced, because people are going to be chasing the players they think are going to get MVP.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
It's all about timing. And then one last release we got for football I forgot to mention was our Donruss Hybrid H2 boxes.
Oh, okay.
You can still downtown out of them. They're guaranteed to give you 2 rated rookie preview, I think, green mojos and per box. We have plenty here. They're only $109 a pop. $109 to go and get a shot at downtowns. Count me in. I'm in all day. And I think that's all of our products that we just recently got.
They had the Santa Claus downtown this year, right? Yeah.
Santa Claus downtown. That is the chase. That is definitely a chase.
It really is. It's funny.
It's higher than Mahomes. It's higher than all of them bad boys. It's a beautiful card. If you guys have not seen it yet, please just Google it. Donruss Santa Claus downtown, and you're gonna go, oh, that's neat.
This is probably before your time of collecting, but like ProSat and Coca-Cola used to have all kinds of Santa Claus cards.
We actually have some in here.
Yeah.
Yep.
All kinds.
And then on the background, it's got all the world leaders on the mirror on the back.
That's funny.
A lot of people can't see it real well until they look at it. It's pretty neat.
So just a few other things that may affect the hobby and player card prices and all that. We talked about the whole Brooklyn situation, what a mess that was. So Kyrie got out, went to Dallas. Durant went to the Suns.
Wind it back a little bit. Harden first.
Well, Harden. Well, that was but that seems like eons ago.
Yeah.
Because the Kyrie and Durant thing happened so fast. Like
it did within a week.
Yeah. So Durant is back and he scored 23 in his debut with the Suns. He and Booker are going to be a force, so we'll see. And
then you got Paul at the key. Oh my gosh, this is going to be. But don't you feel like Kevin Durant is just like jumping on teams that are already championship caliber?
He's definitely been criticized for that, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think if you're one of the best, you want to play with someone else who's the best. So.
I get that, but wouldn't you want to solidify your name in stone and say, hey, look, I went to this team, I put this team on my back, and I took them to a championship? You know, a lot of people can go ahead and make that argument that LeBron went to Miami and started this whole super team, all this stuff. Okay, fair, but remember, he went back to Cleveland with nobody except for Kyrie, and they won a championship.
Yeah,
he put that team on his back. So, I'm Kevin Durant is a good look in Phoenix. I like it. Championship favorites.
I don't like them doing it while they're under contract. Like, that's the thing, is like, if you want to go find a new team, go. But like, don't do the whole thing where it's like, well, you like texting the owner and telling them to trade you now.
Yeah, right.
Like that, not a fan of. But speaking, you mentioned LeBron's.
Yeah.
The Lakers have been on a tiny roll, but they're still even out of the.
They're one game back.
They're still even out of the play-in tournament, but he's probably / possibly out for the season with leg injury. I mean, at least until that playoff.
Look, LeBron's one of my favorite players. I enjoy what he does on the court, but also off the court. So definitely one of my favorites. But it's hard to say this, but I think it's kind of like coincidence after the report that Bronny is joining the draft and may possibly going to Orlando, that the Lakers could be low-key tanking. And LeBron knows that, hey, look, without me, you guys are going to tank, and you guys are not going to do so well. And that gives him a better chance for the Lakers to draft his son so he can have that father-son duo for 1 to 2 more years before he ends up hanging it up.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's known that's coming.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that being a LeBron guy, but I mean, let's look past, let's read between the lines here, right?
Yeah. And then another top pick, LaMelo Ball, out for the season after surgery on his ankle from the Hornets.
Man, it felt like just 2 years ago, we were just like everybody's Melo Ball crazy. Like just chasing all his cards, getting upset because they're all redemptions and there's he's not signing and this and that. He was the hype, rookie of the year.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
These last 2 seasons, last year, his second year, wasn't bad. He was solid, but he was in Charlotte. Oh my God, it's horrible. You would think that Michael Jordan get that thing straight over there, right? And then this year, just kind of icing on the cake, has surgery on his ankle, done for the season. It's like, okay, so what do we do with his stuff now? Like, do we just get whatever we can get for it?
Same thing with people who are like sitting on Tatis because of his 6-month vacation and baseball.
And everybody's buying him up again.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, you're right. I mean, name of the game, buy low, sell high. So
definitely, it's like stocks.
And again, people just sit back and watch. Yeah.
That's
I do want to give a shout out to the hometown Houston Rockets for holding Damian Lillard to 71. Great job, guys. Totally ridiculous. Most points that an opponent's ever scored on the Rockets, and it was insane. He had 41 at halftime. So
what do you say?
That was already
it's Dame time.
Yeah. Well, it's time probably for a new coaching staff for the Rockets. Also, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's a whole new thing.
Just keep green and get rid of everybody. Bring in some new people. Rumor has it again, another rumor mill.
Yeah,
that Harden wants back in Houston.
Hilarious.
Just throwing that one out there. Just take that one and ride with it.
You should just bring him back as the player coach, I guess. Spring training underway, so we can talk about a winning team in the Astros. But these new rules are throwing people for a loop, man. Like this pitch clock.
Oh my gosh,
the pitch clock is insane. Like so on average, it's taking 21 minutes away. Like the game's running 21 minutes faster, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
but it seems like it's going to be just a headbutt of confusion between umpires and players and all this.
But that's anytime you put in a new rule that's that much complicated. I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
All right, I'm 50. I got one leg over on each side. As a person that played baseball growing up for many years, yes, the game is very long. If you're not playing it, it's hard to watch because you're there for 3, maybe 4 hours, depending if it goes into extra innings or just how the game momentum is. So I can see why they implemented this. Me, I can't go to I can't go to any game and just sit there from the first inning all the way to the end without getting some type of boredom. Right? So I can see that. Perfect. Like it. Now, here's my other side of the fence here.
Right.
The pitch clock. So you're telling me I have 15 seconds now, as soon as I step on the rubber, to look anybody off, to get my signs, and then make my approach.
20 with someone on base.
20 with somebody else. 15
right.
with nobody on base.
But still, I see what you're saying.
And then as the batter, and if I don't start my delivery and I run out of time, then they are granted a ball, right?
Right.
Now, as a batter, now it goes both ways. As a batter, if you're not in the box ready to go by the time 8 seconds hit the clock, then you are awarded a strike on your end. And we've seen how that played out with the Braves and the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Bottom of the ninth, 3-2 count. The clock hits 8, and the guy is just now getting his foot back into the box, his back leg, by the way, and they call him out, and it goes in extra innings.
I can't
and
believe
it turns into a loss.
Yeah, they shouldn't. I don't think they should do that on a 3-2 count. I think
No,
that should go away.
I honestly think they need to implement these rules from like maybe the first inning to maybe the seventh inning stretch, because that 7th, 8th, and 9th are the key innings right there where strategy comes into play. Now, with the part I don't like about this is that managers are going to pick up on things like this, and we're always trying to strategize. We're always trying to find that little loophole, which there is for almost everything, and they're going to go ahead and utilize that some way. We're going to see it. I promise you. This year we're going to see it, and it's going to be a big talk on the news about how that rule has managers doing this. So here's the other one. Runner on base. You got 20 seconds. Now you can only throw over twice, right? Within a batter, batter being up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I throw over twice. What does that tell the runner?
Go.
Hey, I can go now.
Yeah.
Right? He can't throw me off. It's all about that catcher now that has to catch me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that idea.
Yeah. There's going to be some chess playing for sure with all this.
There is.
Absolutely.
It's gonna and then the shift. I just seen the shift looks like it's working. You can't shift now. The rule is 2 players in the infield need to be on each side of the second base. So I seen yesterday there was a shift, and you had the second baseman. He was all the way over, literally lined up with the bag, and they allowed that.
Yeah.
I think people are gonna take an arm and want to take a leg next time and kind of scooch over a little bit and make it where it needs to be. But we'll see how this plays out.
It's a lot.
It is.
And also, baseball is not thought of as a contact sport. So anytime there's like a gruesome injury, it stands out. And Gavin Lux, unfortunately, out for the year.
That's a huge hit.
After suffering, for the Dodgers, starting shortstop. Yep, ACL.
Done.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they always look bad on camera, and then they slow it down and all that, but it was bad.
But you could literally, you don't have to experience that in real life to cringe. Let's put it like that. You go, oh my gosh, that hurts. You can see it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully he recovers, but that's like a 12-month injury. 9 to 12 months. So he's definitely out for the year.
Yeah. I forgot one more release.
Yeah.
We have 2022 Immaculate Football, which is a higher end type of football. This is not a cheap box.
No.
Probably somewhere around maybe $3,000 to $4,000 a box.
Ooh.
Not for sure yet, but that was kind of like last year. So this year might be a little tear down, maybe about $2,300. So some of you guys that just want to gamble on it, please come check us out. I think it drops on the 8th, which is next Wednesday. Right? No, 6 days, 7 days from this.
Yeah.
What's today's date?
The second.
Yes,
it's next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday. There you go. Next Wednesday, we got Immaculate Football coming out. If you guys want to take a chance, come in and check it out.
It's a good product.
It's a beautiful product. I love Immaculate.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, you'll have some breaks coming up.
We do. We have a racing break. It's to support our race team. We, for some of you guys that don't know, we do have a race team out there that drives a beautiful Corvette wrapped with our logo all over it. We're doing a break to just kind of bring more attention to that sport. I mean, racing doesn't get the love that it needs to. And some of you guys can go ahead and say racing's not a sport. Have you ever driven a car at 200 plus miles per hour and try to keep it on a straight line? Let me know. Don't worry. Leave it in the comments below. I'll wait for your response and let me know if it's easy or not. It's not. I mean, it's hard keeping my car at. I'm gonna admit this.
Whatever you keep it at.
Yeah, whatever we keep it at. We're gonna be breaking one box of Topps Formula One Chrome Hobby and light of 2022 Panini Chronicles Racing Hobby as well too. These are beautiful cards. Prism. Here we go again. Prism is the benchmark. That is like your good quality cards. Some of their memorabilias will contain some pieces from the car. I've seen even rubber pieces from tires, which have been really nice. It is an alphabetical spot kind of break. It's something new that we've been doing. It's really, really neat. I like it. It's 18 spots. Some of you guys are like, oh, well, there's 20-something letters. Well, X, Y, Z, W, they all bundle together. There's some letters that we bundle together that we feel like, after looking at the checklist, should go with one another. So There's 18 spots left, and they're going to be $30 a spot. Again, this is primarily just to bring more attention to our race team and the sport, and also get you guys into other things than football, basketball, and football. I mean baseball, basketball, football.
Yeah, football on the brain. Football.
Speaking of basketball, we have 2 basketball breaks coming up. We have WNBA. By the way, WNBA is starting to get more recognition.
Well, yeah, because they're putting money into it now.
They're putting money into it now. Exactly. You see these contracts they're getting?
Yeah. Well, and also
awesome.
the TV contract and the backing from the NBA has helped immensely. So
We got our first super team.
yeah,
I think it's the New York Liberty. They are stacked.
they're stacked.
Stacked.
Yep.
I love it. I'm going to watch as much as I can whenever I can when it's on TV. But we do have a break that's happening on the 16th of March at 7 p.m. Breaking a whole hobby box of, again, Prism. 2022 WNBA Prism. All spots are randomized. And it's $15 a spot. So if you got your favorite lady out there balling and hooping, it's your time to go ahead and try to capture her within the hobby. There are 2 autographs per box.
And those are team spots.
Those are team spots. Yes, that's not an alphabetical break right there. That is a random team spots. I believe there's 15 teams. I'm not 100% sure. I think there's 15 or 12 teams, and all of them will be randomized. And last but not least, I don't have an official date on this. We're working on this one, but it is our NBA March Madness break. We have March Madness right around the corner. We're putting something together really, really special for you guys, so please be on the lookout on our page and all of our social medias to hear the announcement we're coming to you guys with. It's going to be phenomenal. Great staff are putting it together for you guys. It's going to have tons of giveaways. We're going to have some prizes. Probably going to have some food. We're going all out for March Madness. Watch party, all that, right?
And yeah, and that break's unspecified, but as of now, it's going to be a hobby mixer, right?
It's going to be a hobby mixer.
Yeah.
It's going to have, I believe it's going to have NBA hoops, some college in there, and some Revolution hobby boxes, and they're only going to be $30 a spot, and it's going to be 2 teams per spot. So we're doing a 15-man randomizer.
Okay.
Stay tuned for all the details for that break on our social media. As it comes out, we will let you guys know.
And I totally forgot because I'm stuck in last month. Yeah, when I was talking about what's going on, yeah, March Madness is here.
I just got caught by surprise too.
Yeah, the conference tournament started this week, so everyone's vying for what seed they're going to be in the big tournaments.
Hey, work on your brackets.
Yeah.
Work on your brackets. That's all I'm going to tell you guys.
Brackets are just like Super Bowl squares, where it's like that societal, allowed gambling at work or whatever.
Man,
it's like socially acceptable.
It's like going to the casino and just putting it all on one number on roulette and hopefully it hits.
But I feel like I feel like brackets are like, one, a gateway, but 2, also like socially acceptable. Like everyone has a work pool and all that. So that's what's going on.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of stuff.
We usually do a glossary term.
Dang, I haven't even thought about a glossary.
We could do snakeskin.
Yeah, snakeskins. Okay, so snakeskins are primarily a prism parallel. Mm-hmm. They've been, let me change that. You see them in different products, but
right.
They've been made famous by the Prism hobby. They can only be found in Prism hobby boxes, not retail, hobby only. I believe most of the time they're out of 2.
Yeah.
Sometimes out of 5, depending on the set. So here we go with different sets have different numbers.
They love their animal parallels for sure.
Elephant in select. You have
tiger,
zebra. Tiger, zebra. It's snake.
Has anyone done a unicorn yet?
No, they didn't. But they did peacock.
Okay.
The peacocks ones are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when you run out of like colors in the 64 Crayola box, and you gotta start doing like animals and stuff.
Look at the last one they just did. They did the donut for Phoenix. I mean, they're just running out of ideas here.
Yeah, I've seen like.
But it's neat.
There was one product that did emojis, like an emoji parallel.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that was Donruss Optic that did the fire and the rockets and the stars.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
So
I don't have a glossary term for you guys today. I really don't.
I mean, that's fine. Snakeskin.
I like that one
because I don't know what else you would think it would be, but
Yeah.
that's good. So yeah, come check out the store. Join in the breaks. I'm sure you'll have the March Madness games, the rest of the combine on TV. I got TVs up here now.
Yeah, and even if you guys can't come in, jump on our website.
Yeah.
The Adventure Stadium TX, right? The Adventure Begins TX.com. Jump on our website. You can jump in our breaks there. You can order some things online. If you can't make it out here, we understand some of you guys are not local or don't want to deal with the Houston traffic. If you are local,
Well, y'all got great box
ship it
prices
to
on
you.
your website too. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah. So come up here, combine, March Madness, hockey, basketball,
Got it all.
whatever.
One-stop shop. And also, if you need graded cards too, we grade cards as well too. We send them out to grading. If you need to turn in some grading cards that you want to get graded, myself and some of the other staff will take a good look at them and advise you on whether you should send it or not. And we can send them out for grading for you guys.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again. And for Lou, I'm Mark, and this has been Cards to Yards.
Well, gang, that's all for today's episode. So join us next week. Cars to Yards, brought to you by the Adventure Stadium and the Adventure Begins. Again, we're located off 1488 and Woodland Square Boulevard. See you next time.